Yeah, and I also stepped into the Cager because the new Cager
Oh,
came out.
Nice.
I mean, honestly, it's called Butcher's Crossing, and it's directed by Gabe Polsky. But I thought this might have been like a lost Cager because it played at some festivals like a year ago, and then like crickets. Like it was never going to even be like put up online because it was never uploaded. There were never screeners or anything. It just kind of like disappeared. But this is the age of Cage, and so everything gets released. This is a wide release for like a modest Western. When the trailer popped up, I remember I was like, okay, this is immediately my top 5 most anticipated of the fall. Like I had it number 4. But this is also the 6th out of 7 Cagers this year. He makes way too many movies, but I mean, they're all kind of good. So anyway, this movie is about Will Andrews, played by Fred Heckinger, and he is a college dropout from Harvard in the 1870s, I think it is, and he travels west because he wants to like see the country. He ends up in Kansas, where he comes across this man that his parents once helped at some point, and that's played by Paul Racy. Um, his name is McDonald, and he tries to like piggyback as a buffalo hunter because he wants to like see the wilderness, but the guy's kind of a mean old man, and so he ends up instead kind of funding this huge hunt in Colorado for this guy named Miller, played by a bald Nicolas Cage, which is the first time we've ever seen his glorious bald head. And things kind of get messy, and tempers flare and all that stuff. The movie has the aura of like a Western that I feel like Tarantino would really like, but it has like the deliberate pacing of S. Craig Zoller's movies. And Cage is awesome in this. It's kind of more of like a Travolta role, but he kills it. He has monologues that really just like show off his range. And his bald head is super distracting for a while, as distracting as his red hair was in Sympathy for the Devil. But it's really kind of not the kind of movie that you would expect because it does take its time to really dig into the characters. It has like modern quirks, and Cage just kind of subtle and tragic. It's definitely in the post-Pig era of Cage getting cast. The cinematography is gorgeous. The costumes, all that is all really good. Paul Racy is like hilariously way over the top, but it kind of works. And my favorite character was Jeremy Bobb. He's like the ruthless bison Skinner. You really just feel like you're in the wilderness with these characters. Like they're expert hunters. Like the terrain's really rough. They go through some really bad stuff. And Cage is just so weird. Like he has these hallucinatory freakouts, and he starts almost every scene by raw shaving his head with a knife. It's just really strange. I don't think it's like any other Cager performance I've seen in like 2 decades. So, I mean, and there's also this nice epilogue that it has about bison preservation and how the Native Americans had a big part in that, which is pretty cool. I'm giving it a high 3 stars. I've actually put it like number 17 on the Cager, which goes between Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Joe. So pretty good company. It's a really, really good film.
That's high praise.
Yeah, and it's playing everywhere. I was so happy that actually got a wide release.
If I could get out of the house, I probably would have seen that.
So
Yeah, I
we're
invited Adam, but he's in Texas, as we established, so he couldn't come.
Yeah.
So a bald Cage, is that a bald cap, or did he actually like shave his hair?
Oh, he shaved his head. I saw that. It was the first. I think it said it was the first time that he's ever shaved his head, and it was the first time he's been bald in a movie.
Of course, Cage wouldn't have it any other way. Of course, he's shaving his head. He's not gonna bald cap that.